Welcome to another video right here on FE Builds. We're getting ready to go on a trip and we're all set. Most of our luggage is going to go in the bigger vehicle, but in the Jimny we've got the fridge, and this fridge is quite awesome. It's been going for quite a long time, so I hope it holds up and it stays strong. Got two RCs, always a must with us in this channel. These are hobby grade RCs. This RC has shocks with remote reservoirs, so that's I find that quite incredible, and the dampening is just so amazing. This is lizards, desert lizards. We've got the remotes there. We've got all the perishables in this fridge, and I just wanted to show you a few of the things that I carry with before a long journey. I've got a cloth here. In this bag I've got some supplies and some tie downs if I've got stuff that moves around. 2 fire extinguishers. The third one's going to go in the bigger vehicle. And over here, the most important, always make sure you carry your lock nut, because if you get a flat out there and you need to take off the tire and you don't have a lock nut, it becomes a bit of an issue. I've also got cable ties, and if you followed this channel for quite some time, then you know that cable ties are very important to me. Also got the fuel jerry can nozzle, and I've got some gloves and some tools under there. Basically everything I need to fix the car if something goes wrong. Apart from that, I also carry 2 pints of oil because I've had journeys where there's been some kind of issue or some kind of mistake, and the oil is down and you need to fill it up. You have to top it up until you get to a place where you can fix the car. And I've also got a battery jumper just in case the batteries get flat. I've got a knife up there just in case we roll the car and need to cut off our seat belts. It's always good to have that. I know it sounds like I've got a bit of OCD with all these things that I'm carrying. I've also got a multi-tool pliers over there. I've got another pliers down here, and we have tire repair kits. We've got the buggy whip light. Most probably going to use that when we get onto the dirt roads, and that's about it. I think in the center console I might have a few more pieces over there in the armrest, just to fix the car and sustain the car. One more thing that I do have that's very important to me personally, because I've been in a situation where you hit the radiator and you know, you get some kind of coolant leak and then suddenly the engine's overheating. I've got 1 liter of distilled water in there, and that just keeps you going until you can get to a service center or a repair spot. So we've got everything that we need. We've got the wire for the lights on the outside just in case, because we're going to a farm that's quite far out. And one more thing we will be carrying with us is a power bank. You know, I reviewed the EcoFlow power bank on this channel not too long ago, and we'll be carrying that with us. And this is pretty much about it. That's going to go in the Jimny. Going to keep it nice and light so I save on fuel. And the car with the bigger engine is going to carry all the load basically, and all the fuel and everything that we need. So we're going to try and make this in one go, there and back, without having to stop at a gas station. I've also got one more thing that I forgot to mention. I've got my Ironman air pump, 160 liters per minute, just in case if we get a flat or we need to air down and then air up again. I've got that air pump over there, and I've also got quite a few goodies under this mat. There's our drawer system that we made, and there's recovery gear and straps and everything, you name it, it's there. Even the Indiflate to pump up 2 tires at once. So this is pretty much it, and we are pretty much ready to go. The big car is going to be loaded now. I've got my Garmin Overlander up there, and I use that in conjunction with the Apple CarPlay nav, and I use the 2 together. I like the Garmin Overlander because it gives you updates as to where the speed camera is and places you should go fast or slow. It also updates you in terms of when there's no street sign showing a street speed, and you have no idea how fast you can go. That'll give you the speed, so that's really cool. And it's also got a lot of other features, and yeah, it's going to be good. We're going with the big tires. We're going to use the 30s on this trip, and hopefully it'll give us that extra ground clearance. Hopefully we don't have to use very hectic low range, but let's see what comes at us. You know, I don't know what to expect. It might be just a simple gravel road where we don't even need to air down, or it might be something very intense where, you know, we have to air down, we need all these things, but it's always good to have them on the go. And besides that, we'll also have 2 computers, just in case any of the cars throw up an engine light. They can quickly diagnose the system and fix it. I'll try and get some clips at the scenic routes, and yeah, should be good. Apart from that, I've also got a medical aid bag in this car, and also in the other car, a medical bag and a burn bag with all the stuff you need in case you get burnt. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So enjoy the trip. We're going to be going to Hogsback. I don't know which area we're going to go through or how we're going to do this. I've traveled more on the Pretoria, Gauteng side than on the Eastern Cape. So than in the Eastern Cape. So don't know what to expect to this particular trip and the road to this particular farm, but hopefully it's good, and hopefully we get to play with these. And that's where all the fun is, you know, being able to crawl and do insane things. Apparently the view is awesome, so I'll get some clips of that and some clips of the journey. But apart from that, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so we're all set. No engine lights. I cleared the historic fault that came on. This thing right here, sometimes it can cause throttle, learn position, engine light. But we're all good and we're ready to go. We are on the mission. We have one crying baby in the one car on that side. And we've loaded everything up in the big bucky. So the Jimny's traveling light today, but with the bigger wheels. I'm quite keen. It's about 23 degrees and we're starting off at 10:49. We're actually delaying a bit because we want to make sure that we arrive there in the specified time and not earlier and have to sit. So we'll be on our route shortly and it's going to be awesome. Okay, so we've started off, and as you can see, we're going to stay on the N2 for quite a while.
600 meters.
Headed to Grahamstown side, and then on the way we're going to actually branch off onto the R67, I believe. We've got about 262 kilometers until our next stop. I'm going to try and do this without having to stop at the gas station. In that car in front, I'm supposed to be actually leading the convoy, but I'm just watching that car from the back, making sure everything's fine. In that car is our fuel, so hopefully it's going to be good, and I'm quite excited. So this is part of the route, and up next you'll see a few clips from a few of the nice scenic areas on the route. We took the N2 and we branched off onto the R67, and it was an amazing trip. It was wonderful, and in chapter 1 we'll be showing you the trip there. Chapter 2, which I'll upload soon, will be our adventure and all the exploring we did as we were there. The Jimny really responds well and handles really well with the Ironman springs and the Ominic shock absorbers by TRE 404, and we always have a blast when driving this car nowadays because it's just a totally different feel. It is a totally different ball game in terms of the shocks, and you don't even feel the wind resistance. When you're driving, you don't feel the wind pushing and pulling the car around as you drive on the highway. And it's so nice to just have that stability and that control and that smooth feeling even as we drive. As you watch, you'll notice that the ride is a bit bumpy, and that's because I've set the suspension to a bit more firm. And it's all about finding the balance between something that is too firm and something that is too soft. And that just really helps with handling on-road and off-road. And there are times when we soften the suspension, there are times when we stiffen it. And usually when going on tar and the highway, I like to stiffen the suspension, make the setting a bit high, just so that the car can handle much better on the corners and it doesn't get blown around as much.
Promised I would stop by some nice scenic places, and our colleagues who were in front of us stopped. See the mountains, and it's so nice.
Now what we're seeing right here is a problem that seems to be happening all around the world. Many people stop and they just throw their rubbish away right on the scene over there. I encourage you carry a dustbin or some kind of bag so that you can load your rubbish away and you can head back on your mission and keep the environment clean. It's so important that we preserve our environment for the future generations and we don't partake or become part of the problem.
Actually see it drops down. It's a very scenic route. I would say it's a nice place to test the stability of your vehicle. Very nice to be here. And Optimus has been doing really well. Okay, so we're driving through Fort Beaufort, I believe. Very small town, and our colleagues are way up ahead of us. We're looking for a gas station just to get some bites. Still got a lot of gas in the car. But yeah, beautiful little town. All the traffic lights are not working. At least there's a paramedic vehicle. Looks like we're getting to something that might be a gas station. I see some F&B signs. Let's see if we can turn there. Okay, so we stopped. We have an engine light, and we've actually plugged in. It's picked up the vehicle. We're gonna do a quick scan and find out what is wrong with the vehicle. We had an engine light. So I'm using my small launch device. I
felt a sudden loss of power. It seems like the fault is in the engine control module. So we're just checking, it's scanning. Doing a quick life check. I suspect it's something to do with the throttle, the position being relearned or something like that, or it might be something else. Let's see. Wrong with the engine. Throttle pedal position history, switch A B voltage correlation. I have a suspicion what's causing that, but we're just gonna save this. Or just take a picture of this. We're gonna clear codes, clear all, yes. We should get our power back. All DTCs have been cleared. Awesome. Okay, so we are back on the road and we cleared that engine light. I suspect it's something to do with the hills, and there's a bit of a boost in this car. Helps it go a bit faster. Also the cold and rainy weather. And mostly really just pushing the gears into the 4,000, 5,000 RPM range to actually pick up speed, dropping down gears fast, things like that. I think that's what caused the engine fault, but it's historic. And that's good news, it's not current. So yeah, I think I might just need to make a trip to Pretoria or somewhere in the near future so I can get it fixed and serviced. But as you can see, Alice is straight forward, and yeah, I missed the other name of the other place. Calderwood is this way. So we're gonna go straight, we're going past Alice, and let's see what happens.
So right here we're on the outskirts of Hogsback, and it's a beautiful place. I'm definitely going to go back for another adventure in the near future. And remember this road, because in chapter 2 I'm going to show you this road from a bird's eye view. Because we're heading all the way up there. We're going to stay on one of the mountains at the top, and we'll have this amazing view. So we finally got here, and it's been an awesome journey. As you can see, Optimus had some time in the mud, and look at this amazing view. So I'm standing on the Desol sidebars or rock sliders, and look at this awesome view. We're gonna be here for the next few days, possibly check out some other views, and look at that, you can actually see the clouds
all the steam coming up in the mountain. It's not smoke. It's a tall mountain at the back there. Beautiful, wonderful adventure so far. And the cottage is just amazing. The views inside are so awesome. I encourage you, if you come to Hogsback, make sure you book with Dane's World. Very nice place, and I hear it's very safe. So we're gonna stay here for the next 3 days.